African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the Special Military Operation 15th of September, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Liptsov and Volchansk directions inflicted defeat on formations of the 57th Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 36th Marine Brigade, the 113th and 127th Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Liptsov and Volchansk in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 150 servicemen, 5 combat armored vehicles, 4 cars, a 155mm Caesar howitzer made in France, a 155mm M114 howitzer made in the USA, a 152mm D20 gun, 3 122mm D30 howitzers, and a 105mm L119 howitzer made in the UK. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their tactical position, defeated the manpower and equipment of the 44th, 54th, 60th, and 63rd Mechanized, 3rd Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the 1st National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Berestovoy, Kovsharovka, Peskiradkovsky, Novoegorovka in the Kharkiv region, Krasny Lyman in the Donetsk People's Republic, and Serebryanskoye Forestry. 3 counterattacks by assault groups of the 63rd Mechanized and 3rd Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 570 servicemen, 7 vehicles, a 155mm howitzer M777 made in the USA, a 155mm towed howitzer FH70 made in the UK, a 155mm howitzer M198 made in the USA, a 152mm howitzer MSTAB, 2 L119 howitzers made in the UK, and a counter-battery station and /TPQ-50 made in the USA. 4 field ammunition depots of the Ukrainian armed forces were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions. They defeated the formations of the 28th, 30th Mechanized, 92nd, 95th Airborne Assault, 5th Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 114th and 241st Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Fedorovka, Dalivka, Konstantinovka, Seversk, Zvanovka, Stupatsky, and Predtikino of the Donetsk People's Republic. 3 counterattacks by assault groups of the 30th and 33rd Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the Adar Assault Battalion were repelled. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 765 servicemen, 10 vehicles, a 152mm D20 gun, a 152mm MSTAB howitzer, a 122mm Gvozdika self-propelled artillery unit, 2 105mm L119 howitzers made in the UK, a 105mm M119 gun made in the US, and 5 field ammunition depots. Units of the Center Group of Forces continue to advance deep into the enemy's defenses, inflicting defeat on the formations of the 1st Tank, 32nd, 47th, 72nd Mechanized, 95th Airborne Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 109th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Katarinovka, Nelipovka, Novoekonomichesko, Drozhba, Rozovka, and Konstantinovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. 10 counterattacks by assault groups of the 32nd, 53rd Mechanized, 68th Jaeger, 142nd Infantry and 25th Airborne Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, as well as the 3rd and 12th National Guard Brigades were repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 545 servicemen, 3 pickups, a 155mm howitzer M777 made in the USA, 2 152mm howitzers MSTAB, a 122mm howitzer D30, and a 100mm cannon Rapira. Units of the East Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions, defeated the formations of the 72nd Mechanized, 5th Tank Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 18th, 116th Territorial Defense Brigades, and the 21st National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Ugledar, Novokrenka, Dobrovolye, and Oktyabr of the Donetsk People's Republic. The counterattack of the assault group of the 72nd Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine was repelled. The enemy lost up to 110 servicemen, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 2 armored combat vehicles, and 3 cars. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on concentrations of manpower and equipment of the 118th Mechanized, 141st Infantry, and 128th Mountain Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 123rd Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Pyatykaki, Zarabyanki, Novodanilovka in the Zaporizhia region, and Novorossiysk in the Kherson region. The Armed Forces of Ukraine lost up to 75 servicemen, 2 tanks, and 5 vehicles. Operational tactical aviation, unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation destroyed. A railway train with foreign weapons and a warehouse of missile and artillery weapons, and also damaged storage sites for unmanned boats, unmanned aerial vehicles, a workshop for the production of components for operational tactical missiles, as well as concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 148 districts. The Russian aerospace forces shot down 2 Su-27 fighters of the Ukrainian Air Force within 24 hours. Air defense systems shot down a MiG-29 fighter jet of the Ukrainian Air Force and also intercepted a US-made Mars rocket for French-made Hammer guided aerial bombs and 55 unmanned aerial vehicles, including 22 outside the Special Military Operations Zone. In total, since the beginning of the Special Military Operation, the following have been destroyed: 645 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 31,609 unmanned aerial vehicles, 579 anti-aircraft missile systems, 18,144 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,454 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 14,622 field artillery guns and mortars, 26,102 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.